Welcome back to MTG Grinders, Fate Reforged, Beers with the Boys. Spoiler, I'm here with Lewis and Trent. Obviously, we've lost Tyler. And in this last video, we'll be doing lands, artifacts, and multicolored cards. So we're going to start off with lands. We've obviously got all the lands that come into play tapped game of life.
Yeah, they're just reprints from Cards of Tarkir.
Yeah, which you're going to play.
They're appearing in the land slot of the Fate Reforged boosters.
And you can also get fetch lands as well, which is nice.
You can? Yeah, you definitely can.
But the one new land is Crucible of the Spirit Dragon. It's a land where you can tap to add 1 mana to your mana pool. You can pay 1 mana and tap it, add a storage counter to it. Or you can tap it to remove X storage counters and add X mana in any combination of colours to your mana pool and spend this mana only to cast dragon spells or activate abilities of dragons. This is a terrible card. Terrible. Straight to the camera. Terrible.
There are some Dragon fans watching this who are just going, no! This is exactly what I needed for my Dragon deck. It's not that great, but look, you know, it's more of a casual card. The casual players are gonna play their Dragon tribal decks.
Playing my 5-color Dragon tribal.
They're gonna play it, put storage counters on it, cast dragons, and they're gonna have fun. That's pretty much it.
It's awful. Let's move on. I love the name of this next card. Goblin Boomer Keg. For 4 mana artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice the Goblin Boom Keg. When Goblin Boom Keg is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player.
Alright. Flavor perspective, 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Love the name.
The artwork is sick.
Yeah. As far as playability goes, sometimes your removal's light and you've got Goblin Boom Keg and you play it.
Yep.
That's all that needs to be said about it. It's just not that good. It fills a hole if it needs to be filled, but outside of that, it's just it's just nothing.
I do want to play that with that though.
It's 4 mana for a lightning bolt with suspend.
Yeah,
Great.
There we go.
Great.
Hero's Blade for 2 mana. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+2. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach Hero's Blade to it. Equipped for 4.
Now, I did have one of my good friends say today that if you play Hero's Blade and then you play Brumaz, you get a 6/6 Vigilant Sky. Now, that seems pretty good, right?
Hero's Blade is getting a bit of talk from Modern because there are a lot of cheap, aggressive legendary creatures. Thalia, there's Isamaru, the
Isamaru,
1/2/2 Geist of Saint-Traft.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some spice. Interesting.
I don't think this card's going to get there in standard.
Oh, absolutely
no.
Absolutely.
But yeah, look, in modern, I can definitely see it because
It's
being able to completely dodge that equip costs.
it's playing 8 to 10 legendary creatures. You can do it, like a couple of Thalias, a couple of Geists.
I don't mind
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
an equipment in limited, like just the one equipment, because you can it's a mana sink. You can buff your guys with it.
I think this
Equipped for 4.
The equip for 4 is tough.
full limited. This is one of the this is like the best equipment in the format.
I'll play that. I'll
Yeah,
play that
I'll
limited
play
every
that.
day. I think that's fun. I actually think that's
The equip for 4 is tough, but you get +3/+2 to whatever
if you're in
creature.
something like Jeskai and you've just got flyers, this thing will just end the game so quickly.
And in Fate Reforged alone, there are 10 rare legendary creatures.
Yeah, absolutely. So this thing gets better.
That's not counting the ones that are in Cards of Tarkir. So you're likely to. There's a chance you'll pick up one.
Yeah, if you pick up a legendary creature, there's a chance you're going to see this thing. I think it's good. I think it's good. Interesting card.
Hued Stone Retainers. 3 mana for a 4/4. Artifact creature Golem. Cast Hued Stone Retainers only if you cast another spell this turn. I'm not playing.
What was the bloody hell? What was it? Illusionary Angel.
Illusionary
Oh my god, that thing was a bomb.
That was so much better than this.
I quite literally played that card like just Void Snare and Illusionary Angel and just won games off the back of that. This can't do that at all.
I'm trying to think now. I don't think there's much support for having a cheap spell and then playing this in this format.
Nothing of relevance.
I do find the ability interesting for making cards cheaper, but they're really going to support in that format.
Absolutely.
Happy to move on?
Yep.
Alright, Pilgrim of the Fires, 7 mana, 6/4, first strike, trample. Again, I'm not playing it. For my 7 mana, I want something a bit better.
Actually, don't mind this guy.
Well, 7 mana, 6 power first strike is pretty strong.
Yeah, and trample is also
The
pretty.
trample's good. This guy's solid because sometimes you just don't have your big creature and you can slot into any deck. And something about the flavor of this. I think there's a card in Karn's Guardian of the Ages. It was like the same dude except thousands of years later.
Yep.
Which I think is really cool.
Yep. I don't mind this guy. There's pretty much everything you just said. He's good to pick up in early packs as well for drafts, just because he's a good guy.
Yep.
Some people he's not a bad pick if the hand's loose. Like, so you just get past 8 cards, and it's a loose hand, you've got nothing relevant. This guy's fine.
Yeah.
He's good at
For 7, what I'm saying for 7 mana is I only want to play one 7 mana spell.
Yeah, but he's fine.
And I prefer it not to be this guy.
I'd say it's a lot. And something else that's good about him is the fact that this is a format with 2 packs of Kanzataki where you can find yourself in 4 or 5 colours easily.
Yes.
And you could just have that game where you're just not picking up.
That Watcher of Ages was turned out to be quite a good card. The more artifact, the 4th wall. He was quite good.
So I think 6 power first strike just makes it.
I mean, if you don't get a dragon, then this guy's you go to.
Scroll of the Masters. 2 mana artifact. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a lore counter on Scroll of the Masters. You've lost me there already. 3 mana tap, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each lore counter on Scroll of the Masters.
No. Don't rate it.
Too much.
Limited, you're playing about 6, 7.
Way too cute.
Too much work to get this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're playing about 6 or 7 non-creature spells in limited. Yeah.
Yep.
This is now one of those 6 or 7, so that leaves you with 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And you're wasting your turn to play it.
Even if you're playing manifest spells to up that count, this is just too much. In limited, in standard, there's better options, and in go further in the format, there's just better options.
Yeah, it's just a poor card.
This is
power level's just way lower than that of everything.
So I'm really disappointed that it's a rare as well.
yeah.
There's always
I'd hate to open this as a
there's
rare.
always some poor artifact spell that always
I think
flavorful as hell. But
I feel like this is more a rare based on its flavor, or the fact that the spell
That's kind of like
sense.
Pixis Pandemonium and all that kind of stuff. Sure, they crap cards, but man, they're flavorful.
Yeah.
And they've got to do that kind of thing.
Ugin's Construct. 4 mana for a 4/5. When Ugin's Construct enters the battlefield, sacrifice a permanent that's 1 or more colours.
It's
4 mana for a 4/5, you got to sack a dude.
If you can make it work in your deck well,
It's very strong.
fine.
It's very strong if you can get there. If you can't get there, then you're paying the price. And
Note
generally-
that if you don't have a permanent that's 1 or more colours, you don't have to sacrifice anything.
Yeah. He's fine coming down by himself.
Yeah.
Or if you just plan making lots of tokens and you're just attacking them, and you're fine upgrading your 1/1 token for this guy.
Yeah.
That just guy, when he dies for a card.
It just goes sage.
Yeah, that's a good interaction.
Yep. There's probably a few little interactions, but
Yeah.
he's hard to pick up per se, especially in draft to try and make him work.
He's one of those guys that if you happen to get him, and then you look at the rest of your cards, and if he fits in well and doesn't hurt you too much if you play him, then you play him.
I don't think you're
More
thinking
often-
too much of this guy when you actually pick him up.
That's right. More often than not, he's on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. That's all the artifact cards. Let's go to multicoloured.
It wants to work. There we go.
There we go, alright.
Dragons.
Dragons. Alright. Ataka, World Render. 1 green, 1 red, 5 other, 6/4, flying, trample. Whenever dragon you control attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn. And I can tell you firsthand, ladies and gentlemen, that this end games quickly.
One turn. Xena got into this guy.
Yep.
That's it. And people will do it.
Yeah, people
And it's gonna suck.
Yep. So you think he'd be fine and send a guy out. He
Yeah.
doesn't have any guys. That's
24.
alright.
Take-
Bang, 24 damage.
Take 12, 8, flying, trample, double strike.
I think that's pretty much the standard application for this card.
Yeah.
That you just said. This is a bomb limited.
Oh,
yeah.
You're playing the hell out of this, and
Yeah.
you're hoping to get some more dragons. If you pick them up.
You barely need more dragons. It's just this guy.
Well, of course, but if you first pick him and then you get past another dragon.
Yeah, well, don't you ever think? I literally don't think about that. Like, I don't think I care. I'd just be like, yeah, this is another dragon.
I take this guy and I go, what else can I do to stall until I get this guy out?
Yeah.
And attack the 12 once in a row.
He's mad. You're gonna play him every day of the week.
Yeah, and like I said, he does have applications for standard in conjunction with God Rebels.
Cutting Strike. 1 red, 1 blue, 3 other. Deals 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. Draw a card.
On the outset, this looks like a pricey card, but the combination of those 3 effects is actually pretty powerful.
Yeah, especially the 2 damage target creature draw. That's the best part of it. 2 damage to the faces. Like, it's just an advantage. But,
it's something you're happy to staple onto it.
I mean, you can kill somebody with it.
But you want to take out a dude. You want to draw the card. The other 2 damage is
2 damage is just very good.
This is one of those cards where being instant just makes it so much more powerful than otherwise.
Yeah, you take out their Dragon Claw. You draw a card.
You turn on prowess for you guys. Yeah, that's fine.
Everyone's happy. Dromoka, the Eternal, 1 white, 1 green, and 3 for a 5/5 flyer. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, bolster 2.
This guy's sick.
So he's going to become a 7/7 the first time he attacks.
Wow. This is so good. He's a 5/5/5, which is pretty efficient stats.
Flying.
Yeah.
With flying.
Flying. Well, bigger than a Stormbreath dragon.
And he's
sick.
As I said, he's not really a 5/5. He's a 7 when he decides to beat you up.
This guy he's gonna be, he's super good in limited.
Yeah.
Like, you can't not first pick this guy. You just can't. Like, unless you get like foil Ugin or like, I don't even know if you take that. Like, this guy's so good.
Well, obviously taking foil Ugin for the money.
Yeah, but if you're playing in tournament, like,
Yeah.
this guy could just be better. I don't know, this guy's, I'm a huge fan of this guy.
He's one of those guys that when you're sitting down for a draft, you're hoping he's in.
Unfortunately, just
most of these red dragons you're going to pick.
Absolutely. Well,
first
they're bloody dragons, but unfortunately for standard, this guy has to take the sidelines because there's just so many 5-drops.
And
better than this guy.
For 5 mana, you really need to be impacting the board in that turn. And this guy has to wait till attack.
Exactly, and you might clog the board well, but so do the other creatures.
Unless there's something that comes out in dragons that sort of ties all the dragons together.
I think I love him. I think he's very, very good though. Rating very high.
Ritual Ambush, 1 blue, 1 green, and 3 for an instant. Manifest the top 2 cards of your library.
I think this card's got a lot of hidden power.
This card's amazing.
I think this card's real spicy.
It
looks poor.
It looks poor, but it's 5 mana for flash 2/2/2s.
They have the potential. They have a lot of potential.
As I'm reading it, I was going to bag it.
Yeah.
That's just how it read.
It doesn't look great.
No.
It doesn't look great. But I feel like this card, as I said, it has a lot of underlying power. Being able to get 4 power on defense or just end step it. And then getting value out of it by manifesting your dude, like actually morphing into a decent guy.
Being able to flip one of them up.
And still drawing a card. So you're actually getting ahead.
But maybe you've gone, manifest those in the end step, flip up this guy.
Sure.
Something solid. Swing it for 9.
Yeah, let's do that.
Grim Contest, 1 green, 1 black, and 1 for an instant. Choose target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls. Each of those creatures deals damage equal to its toughness to the other.
This card's pretty strong.
I had this.
I had this in my black green deck, and it was just a really efficient removal spell.
I also had this. I didn't play it. My deck didn't feel like it had a lot of toughness. Still not a big butts. It did have Archer's Parapet, but 1 card in 40 is just 2 cards in 40. I think it's good, especially in drafting applications where you can put. Because obviously with Fate Reforged, you get to pick this early and then you can draft around it. So like Archer's Parapet and other like Kintree Invocation, like very similar kind of application. This thing just it's really good for early.
I do like the subtle sort of toughness matters strategy
as opposed to strength.
Black green.
Absolutely.
In this set. So this is pretty solid. Like obviously you need to have a good deck supporting it. But It's powerful.
Yeah, the
three-
instant, and the fact
three
that this
mana
is instant is
yeah.
actually pretty sweet.
Alright. Harsh Sustenance. 1 black, 1 white, 1 other. Instant. Harsh Sustenance deals X damage to target creature or player, and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control.
This card reminds me of Profane Prayers from Onslaught Block, except it's so much stronger. This is a solid removal spell in draft.
And it can finish games.
I'm back and
But-
forth about it.
I must admit, I'm on the fence about it as well. I find it a little too. Yes, it can finish games. Yes, it can remove creatures, but I find that it's possibly a little too situational.
Well, think about it this way. How many, in the average board state, how many creatures do you think you're going to have in a draft game, like, a game like,
Oh, well, it comes down to how the games are played.
Yeah, but coming
Maybe
down-
2 to 3.
2 to 3? Okay, so 3 mana for
3
to deal 2 damage, gain 2 life. Would you pay that
It's not too bad.
as an instant?
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah. So
But
obviously the downside is pretty bad for this card, but
Yeah.
I think the average board state makes this card.
I think the average board state compiled with a list knowing that you're going to play this card, so you're picking cards that help this card make it better. Sealing this card and having just like a dude a turn as opposed to like say the white guy, the 3-drop that makes a 1/1 and a 2/1. That's where this guy's great.
Yeah.
Like manifesting two dudes. Like
Yeah.
if you're a ambush, like obviously it's 4 colors, but that's great. This card, like it's
The card
quite
by
choice.
itself
Yeah.
is. is not good.
I feel like this card. I'm gonna pick it early.
yeah okay.
Maybe,
I'm on
maybe
the- I'm on
first,
the
maybe
fence.
first 3 picks.
I did see it do work for Barker. He did a really good job with it, but
Yeah,
he also had a deck that
Yeah.
really powered out dudes, and this was good in with that deck. So yeah, I like it. I do like it. I'm interested to see as to how powerful it is.
Alright. How do I even pronounce his name? Colhagen.
Lagen.
The Storm's Fury. For 1 red, 1 black, and 3 for a 4/5 flyer. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, creatures you control get +1/+0 till the end of turn with dash.
This guy is sick.
For 1 red, 1 black, and 3. So you can put him out every turn.
I had this guy in my seal pool.
Yeah.
And he killed so many people.
I can imagine he.
He is brutal, and he will see standard play. If not now, then later. He is awesome. That dash ability is actually so good on him.
So without the dash ability, he's a really solid limited pick.
Exactly.
Dash just puts him over the line,
He's
makes him
so
a standard consideration.
So I had Colligan, and I had Ujitai, and I had Sarkin.
Oh.
So my splash was for Colligan and Sarkin. I never got to live the dream where you wake up Sarkin, you attack for 5. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy is the
The
real
Sarkin's
deal.
a dragon when he
Yes,
attacks,
yeah.
so he gets the bonuses.
Yeah, this guy, I'm gonna play him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna first pick him in limited every single time.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm not even gonna think about it. Probably the best rare of the set, in my opinion.
For limited?
For limited.
Yeah.
For limited purpose. Maybe even
Yeah.
for standard. But coming up. I don't think there's much better.
I don't know if this is. I'd have to have a look at the rares.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head that goes. That's Soul sitting like it. You know, I'm not ever rating this guy next to Soul, but I'm just saying, there's not a rare outside of this guy. This guy excites me. That's all I'm saying. This guy's great.
Fair enough. How did you pronounce the next guy?
Ujitai.
Alright, Soul of Winter. 1 blue, 1 white, and 5 for a 5/6 flying vigilance. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, tap target non-land permanent opponent controls. That permanent doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step.
Lugia.
Sometimes when
That's what I call a finisher.
sometimes
That's
when
nice.
I'm reading a card evaluating for limited, when I've only got say up to here, and I think it looks a good card already, and then I find out it's a Frost Titan.
Yeah.
Then
That's
He's
This is the only blue card I played, and I top decked it once, and it was sick. This card is legit as well.
I love the fact that it's got vigilance.
These two.
Yes, I did actually. I was able to get both of them out, and yeah, that was great.
So you're tapping down 2 permanents, they don't get to untap, and they're both getting +2/+0.
Yes,
That's nice.
It was very, very, very strong.
Very happy. Living the dream. Silumaga.
Silumgar.
Slugma.
Another person.
The drifting death.
Slugman.
Looks like one of the dragons out of How to Train Your Dragon.
Actually looks terrible. I'm really disappointed at the look of this card.
One
Do you
black
wish the art was better because you're gonna
This is
play
probably the guy that I'm going to play this weekend. So, yeah.
One black, one blue, and 4 for a 3/7 flying hexproof. Whenever a dragon you control attacks creatures defending player gets -1 till the end of turn.
Oh, he's a spicy kill. This
Kills
guy.
beads.
Yeah, kills the beast, doesn't
Kill-
kill the queen.
Kills little goblins.
Yep, he's awesome. He's the finisher, the blue-black.
Yep.
Not necessarily wanted, because this guy's slow. The blue-black control is slow, but man,
He's
it helps.
definitely another.
Yeah, being able to compile this and deal with pretty much every, like between this and Blight, it gets pretty much everything else I've seen right now.
That combination of hexproof and 7 toughness makes him hard to get off the field.
There's nothing in standard that does it.
It's outside of sleepers.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's nothing that can stand up to it. Like,
Yeah.
this guy, he actually reminds me of Silver and Primordial. Because I used to have this thing that I used to play Silver and Primordial, like a 6/8 with Reach, and there was nothing that could take him down. Like,
Yeah.
He just stood there, and he's just a huge bro. And this guy's the same thing. He's a huge bro.
He's massive.
Yeah, he's great. Limited bomb, standard, playable.
Yep.
Awesome.
Warfare. 1 white, 1 red, and 2 for an instant. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Untap those creatures. It's a limited trick.
This is my tip for this is what I think is the best common in the set for limited. I had 2 of them in my pool, along with Trumpet Past, and I was so happy.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The fact that it untaps the creatures as well just makes it so good.
It doesn't even feel like it needs that. Like,
I know.
instant 2/1.
Mm.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you can be in situations like I was on the Saturday where you can safely attack with all of your creatures and then just play this thing. Like there was a situation where I was sculpting a trumpet blast turn. I was just waiting for the right moment to be able to attack and leave myself open. Then I drew this and my plan just went out the window. I just attacked with everything, cast that one again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick.
Beautiful. Alrighty. One last card to look at. And possibly we're saving the best until last. Whoa, it just went away.
Where'd you go?
Come back, Ugin. Here he is. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. It's a Planeswalker for 8. 7 loyalty. 3 abilities. +2. Ugin the Spirit Dragon deals 3 damage to target creature or player, so it's a ghost type. Then the second ability, -X. Exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colours. And then we've got -10. You gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto your battlefield. Who wants to tell me how good this is?
He's pretty good. Look, the
Tyler?
fact from yes, it's good.
Good one.
Look, there's so many elements of this card that's good. The fact that his ultimate mirrors Nicol Bolas's with the 7 life instead of dealing 7 damage, drawing 7 instead of then discarding 7, and you getting 7 extra permanents instead of them sacrificing 7.
And I like the fact that they fight each other, so those ultimate abilities, counteract.
That's so cool. Even on its own, the fact you get to draw the cards before you decide what permanents to put on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And the ultimate's not the place you start looking at a Planeswalker, but I don't care. You're so cool.
This card is insanely powerful.
Mad.
He's definitely going into Tron lists.
Absolutely.
In modern,
Yep.
he does what Always Dust and Oblivion Stone do, but better because he's also a finisher. If you're in a situation where you're playing him and using the first ability instead of needing to use the second one, you're winning the game.
The game's over.
Yeah.
The game is probably over. Unless it gets downfall.
Is Tron possibly going to become Planeswalker Tron, where Khan and Ugin are going to be played?
I don't know.
Or
if
is it
it's
one or
gonna-
the other?
I think there's going to be both.
I do not think that you can replace Khan from Tron. You cannot take
I don't
Khan
think.
out.
Yeah, Ugin doesn't replace Khan. Ugin replaces
And Emrakul.
maybe an Emrakul.
Maybe an Emrakul.
I don't know
You've
how.
got Ivory, then why do you need it? Like, why do you need more copies of Emrakul?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think Ugin may either replaces some or all of Dust and Oblivion Stone. I think maybe because Oblivion Stone is just a bit cheaper to get going.
Yeah,
these days,
who stays?
but yeah, he's just so good. And Ugin's actually, as long as you can get the mana, stronger in modern than he is in standard, because the -X doesn't need to be as weak.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's.
Well, this guy comes out and wipes the board.
Yep.
Right, there is nothing in standard that I can think of that costs more than 7.
Yeah.
So he comes out with 7, and he can just wipe the board, hold the queen and all, everything's gone. You start from scratch.
He can fire one queen off by himself.
Yeah.
Like literally just by +2ing it. Kills a queen and kills a bee in each succession and he still lives.
Well, he could easily come out if they've got a Hornet Queen on the field. You cast Ugin, you neg X for 0, killing all the things. He takes
He takes two
damage from,
then bolts
and then he bolts it.
Yep. I think that's right. Yeah, he's awesome. Blue black control, just like welcomed him with open arms, I think.
Yeah.
Even main deck sideboard. Green red like green red ramp lists, my green lists.
And anything taking advantage.
Anything-
of Dust is
Yeah,
how
that's
it is
exactly where I was going. Yeah, anything taking advantage of Nick Dust. I'm super excited for this guy.
Yeah.
This guy is going to just rock worlds.
He's going to change formats.
I'm just going to smash face with him.
Yeah.
He's just great.
He's going to be awesome in all of the ways that that last Garrick just didn't live up to the hype.
I agree with that, yeah.
Because
Which is really sad because he is so cool.
Garrick was good. That was a good
He
game.
actually butchers this guy too. He just comes out and goes,
Yeah.
dead.
Do you know what Garrett costs?
And that guy's sick.
7.
That guy's sick.
Yeah.
Let's get him up here. Let's put him up there and let's break it down. No, this guy,
This guy is
best
fantastic.
card of the set.
Look, control, as far as I'm concerned, since Ravnica blockers rotated out, hasn't been anywhere near the tier 1 deck. But with Ugin, with Crux of Fate, with the new
Slugma.
dragon that we just looked at, yeah, it's just
I'm calling him Slugma.
control's back.
Oh baby.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
I'm just glad Sphinx's Revelations isn't here
Stop
anymore.
talking. Some of us don't share that.
Alright, speaking of stop talking, that brings us to the end of our set review. Beers with the boys, we hope you've enjoyed it. Please write in and tell us whether you think we're right or not. And we'll be back with more Beers for the boys next time when we have, what's the set called, Lewis?
Dragons of Tarkir.
Dragons of Tarkir. Have fun.